Hey, good time is it? Well, good afternoon, everyone. Happy Valentine's Day. Thanks for tuning in for the next chapter in the Captain America evolution. Let's share this out a little bit. Let me know if you guys can hear me. I'm futzing around with the audio settings again. All right, I'm in Khalil, spamming. Thanks for coming by. Go away. Let's block the user and delete your garbage. You're gonna hop on a live stream and spam. The least you can do is, share it. A couple of good comments, something. What is this? One sec, I'm trying to find a group. Friends, watch. Oh, groups, there we go. Sorry, just trying to find a group. Let's see. I think that's the one. How do I post on this group? So I'll get painting in a sec. I'm trying to see how I can share something. Okay. Guess not. All right. So I think all there's really left on this cap piece here is, and I lost focus again. I'm not sure what's going on with my camera. 1 second. Let's try this again. That's better. Is working the highlights. But the darks pretty much flushed in, the midtones everywhere. So just gonna start going in with pretty much white, except on the skin areas, where you can see I'm mixing a bit of a skin tone. Might need a piece of just to protect. There we go. I think I need a smaller brush for this. Let's bust out a fresh number 1. It's got a nice pointy tip on it. So what I'm doing now is just filling in. It's not pure white, but it's definitely lighter. Really, people, it's Sunday afternoon. Getting work text. I'm gonna have to come back in around the face and with the darks and really make it punch. Just get a little bit more contrast. Sure doesn't look like a beard. So I think it's safe to unveil one of the indie sets I worked on recently. It's the can't remember what the proper name is. It's the arcade collection from Dino Damage Studios. That's going to be out soon. If you want to check it out, I'll definitely be sharing the links once that's available. It was a fun set. It was video game based. Did a handful of pieces there, mostly painted. A couple of them I experimented with markers. So there's a little bit of variety in styles, and but most of them are painted. Had a preview of it shared to my stories, so yesterday or Friday. So it was definitely different subject matter. To work, I think I mentioned on the last stream, there's a fantasy set I'm working on now, or fantasy-based set, which is really refreshing to kind of take a break from all the superheroes, Men in Tights and whatnot. Should be finishing that one up the next couple of days. I'm not sure when I'll be able to announce it, but I will make sure to share it everywhere. Great indie publisher. Really a pleasure to work with. My neighbors are in full blast mode today, so I'm using the headphone mic. You can't really hear the music. I know it's a little quiet, but not much to say. It's a lazy Sunday. I'll be doing a full day stream tomorrow, starting around 10 a.m. EST or earlier. We'll be going all day. Hopefully, I don't have any technical issues, and it'll just be one really long stream. If there's any issues, I might have to break it up, but yeah, it should be fun. Be working on a Craven the Hunter piece. Inspired by Pat King's cosplay. I think he might pop in the chat throughout the day, say hello, as well as should have some other artists pop in throughout the day on the stream. Nothing is been carved in stone, but like in terms of who's coming when, we'll wing it. Pretty sure Warner is going to be hopping on for a significant amount of time. He's been working on some cool stuff lately, so maybe he'll show off some of those. I did see the Fleer Ultra Spider-Man sold out on ePack yesterday. Been watching a lot of virtual box break videos Friday and Saturday. Lots of cool stuff showing up. I know the diehard collectors are panicking a bit, trying to get all their last bits and pieces. And it looks like Marvel Ages is on sale Wednesday this week, Wednesday, Thursday. It's a physical release, and I did work on that. So I will be sharing some more of my contributions at some point this week. And Marvel Masterpieces e-pack should be, which was originally scheduled for last week, and then last minute, guess they had technical issues or whatever, it got delayed. So there's no fixed date now as to when it's actually going to surface. That delay probably had some impact on the Fleer Ultra Spider-Man sellout on e-pack. I think people are just ready to buy boxes, and then they couldn't get their masterpieces, so had to get a fix somewhere else. And it looks like Spider-Man was the place to go. I picked up a couple of packs yesterday. I don't know what I got. Didn't hit any sketches or anything like that, but yeah, I got some stuff. Really does have nice art. I did get buyback auto. I think that's what it's called. So that's pretty cool. I'll hang on to that. Eventually ship some stuff home through Copsy. Said before, I don't really collect, but it's kind of cool to have autographed, like artist autographed pieces. Like it's not a printed autograph; it's apparently a real signature. So I'll get that, and my boy JD hooked me up with a couple of other autos, which hopefully I locked up so I don't get trade requests. Get those shipped home at some point, including a Bianchi one, which I'm really excited. I love Bianchi's work. Bianchi Doc Ock. Really, so I don't collect sets or anything like that, but I really do appreciate the art. So I keep on toying with the idea of starting to collect some original art, which is an expensive hobby. But I think I might start saving up and getting some either commissions or picking up some existing pieces from some of the artists I like. Love to get a Jusco sketch or something. I have a couple of autographed Jusco items, but they're prints or comics. So it's cool, but not as cool as having an original piece of art. Be nice to get a Bianchi, a Jusco, Palumbo, Boris, Julie, but I'm pretty sure those are way out of reach. But never know. I'm smudging. Really hope I'm testing on the tape. Yeah, okay. Okay, let's go back to a bigger brush. Here, let's get some highlights on the gloves. On the glove. With white, it's hard to tell, you know, how loaded the brush is and what the intensity of the color is when I'm doing it on a white piece of paper, because I throw out my filled ones. So that's why I'm kind of testing over on the tape here to see the intensity. I don't want it to be too bright right off the bat. Let's see. Okay, this needs a little pick me up here. again with the focus. What's going on here? Let's see. There we go. I'm going to go back into the face now and do some shadowing. Back to the number one. So what I'm doing now is with a washed out black, I'm punching up the shadows, like the really coarse shadows, because I glazed over them so many times that I started losing some of the edge contrast. You need to reshape his chin a little bit because I went too low. A little too far on this side. This will start looking a little lopsided. because all the shapes are already there, this is pretty simple. The only thing I have to make sure is I get a consistent gray. Oh, it's not really gray. It's consistent value in my black, so I don't go too dark. Just a game of lights and shadows. I still need to do a little bit of work on the face. I'm just going to let that fully dry before I go back in. So once I'm done with the painting, I'm going to let it settle or sit for probably 2 days. Really let the paint fully cure. Then I'm going to sign it, probably here. I think I'm going to go gold. And then seal and varnish. Oh, and actually I need to get a high-res image of it because this is going in the portfolio before it gets shipped out. So let's see if I can get the equipment in the studio sooner rather than later to properly shoot it. I'm actually going to print this. I'm going to do a test print at sketch card size. I mean, this is 5x7, so that's 4 times the size of a trading card. So I'm actually really curious to see how this reproduce at trading card size and a proper print. That would be interesting. But as long as I get a high-res image, I can futz around with it. Might not be a good candidate for stickers, though. Too much going on. But a scaled-down print, maybe. Might make a nice for a nice gift in the when I send out commissions instead of stickers, or along with the stickers and Hellboy and Drago, is that his name? Sketch card or test prints I've been sending out. Doesn't look like there's too many viewers today, which is understandable considering it's Valentine's Day and people have other things to do than to watch me push paint, which is fine. I don't do this for the viewers. I'm sorry. I don't do this to gain viewers or anything like that. I wanted to record the process anyway, so why not live stream it? So it looks like my schedule is going to be pretty busy till about end of April with commissions and sets. But as I start kind of working my way through those, I'm going to hopefully do a couple of jam pieces with some other artists. Figure out how that's going to work. So if you're watching this and you're an artist and you would be interested in doing a jam piece, let me know. See if we can make it work. There's getting a little video snippet for Instagram. Hey, Kevin. Thanks for popping in. Hope you're having a good Sunday. Yard work. All right. I did some yard work this morning. Shoveled snow for about an hour. Do the rest when I get home. Thank you. It really, like the highlights really do make it come to life, right? It's the last piece of the puzzle. We spend most of the time working with the darks and the midtones, and now that going in with the pure whites, it's really starting to pop. All right, need to do some refinement. Yeah, if this is the piece that gets me my own masterpiece set, I'd be okay with that. Um, I don't think I'm quite at the at that level yet, but um, I am hoping that this piece and the next few portfolio pieces will help me crack into some more on the publishing side. Oh, 1 second. on here. And I'm dipping my finger in paint. That's awesome. I've taped my plate down to the table so it doesn't keep on moving, but now I keep on trying to move it. Oh, give me 1 second here. Yeah, Kevin, I really appreciate the confidence, but I don't think I don't think I'm at that level yet. Uh, so I've been kind of messaging some people this morning trying to figure out my. I keep on dipping my finger in the paint. My production schedule, kind of see what commissions are due and who wants what and when. So I think next up in terms of the streaming pieces is going to be potentially a green goblin, 5x7, you know, not including the Craven. That I'll be working on tomorrow. While I work on some APs and sets in the off stream. Can't share that. And I think the Scarlet Witch pinup is gonna have to wait a little bit, a couple of weeks till I get to it. All right, let's go back in the face and smooth that out. And then move over to the shield. Yeah. Am I able to do APs of sets that are released on your stream? No, because of approvals. The only time I can work on an AP is if it's something that's not from something that I'm under contract with. So, like I have a DC, was it bombshells or something? Blank that I bought off eBay. So I'll be doing something with that at one point. I'll be able to stream that. I have some Star Wars blanks, again, that I bought off eBay. So those are fine, but most of the UV stuff, I can't. I could try and record the painting process, but that kind of messes with my schedule. It's because I have the streaming set up at the office, and I usually work on set stuff at home, so I'm not set up there. I need to punch up the darks on the glove a bit. It's looking a little bland. How long have I been on? An hour and 10. I need to remind myself to get up and stretch my legs every so often because I'm hunched over the table. and that can't be good for anything. So I think I'm gonna take a little break, stretch my legs, and then let everything settle a little bit more. And then get into the details on the shield. That's my protective sheet here. A frame, pardon me. So now technically, this part of the shield shouldn't have a highlight because it's in shadow, but I do want to make it pop, so I'll add a little touch of highlight there. I'll tone it down once I get back into the reds, but it gives me a nice edge. Is it 130? Alright, I'm gonna let that settle for a bit. I'm gonna go stretch my legs. Where's my watching paint dry piece of paper? I lost it. Let's make a new one. Yeah, so I'm gonna go get up, stretch my legs for 5 minutes or so. Hopefully this will be dry by then so I can start working on the highlights and the rest of the shield, getting the rest of the values in. It's gonna be 5 minutes or so. Okay, I'm back. Some more coffee here. Yeah, that's nice and dry. Okay, so flip this. Be easier to work on it this way. So this is just very diluted white. A lot of water, just a touch of white. Just to add a glaze to the highlights. I'm going to go back in with doing the same thing with black to really make the shadowed area um, more defined. But all these shapes are already blocked in from the underpainting and all the steps before, so this is really kind of coloring by numbers. Yeah, that's right. Gotta get the blood pumping, finger stretched out for the final touches. I had to pee as well. A little top up on my coffee. Let's get a bigger brush. This one will work. Yeah. Bring back a little bit of the reds here. So I don't want to soften up that highlight there. So I'm just gonna go over the edge with red. Still gonna give me a nice rim, but it's not gonna be so bright. I mean, that's going to be something I'm going to have to be very aware of tomorrow on the long stream. I think I might just set a timer to just get up every hour or hour and a half. It's very easy to get sucked into the work. I do that at home sometimes when I work at night. I'll just sit down and paint for like 3 hours straight, and then I get up and my knees are cramped up and my elbows are sore. A little brush, some bristles here that are stuck in the paint. There we go. Yeah, that's got to be one of the big differences between digital painting and traditional painting is the imperfections in the surface that you end up with by using paintbrush. Yeah, you're right, Kevin. Every hour sitting needs 5 minutes standing, and I don't really. I know I should do that, but I don't. So, I'm trying to be a little bit more aware of it. So tomorrow, I'm definitely going to put a timer on to remind me. Should be blending out, not in. Yeah, I agree with you, Kevin. The brush strokes, the loose, then you end up with a bristle. And the paint, it just adds a layer of dimensionality to the piece. If I wanted a digital style painting, I'd just do it in Photoshop, right? Probably be faster in Photoshop. Let's see. Yep. I like that. So now, same thing with black. think I might need to touch up the gray on the shield a little bit. It's looking a little messy. It's too light. That should be better. Yeah, this is better. It's given to ask if I put it on the screen. So have I been drawing my entire life, or did I start later? So it's kind of a yes and no answer, really. So I was drawing since I was little. I love drawing, painting, coloring, whatever. And my original career plan was to go into animation, like classical animation. So I went to an art high school, like with a visual arts major, and the plan was to go into classical animation as a career. But as just kind of started getting into it, I realized that I don't have the attention span needed for classical animation. So then after high school, instead of going into animation like I'd originally planned, I decided to go into graphic design. So did that, like graphic design, Photoshop, Illustrator, whatever, some 3D modeling, a little bit of web design. And then when I got out of college, I got a job teaching at a private college, or private training institute, whatever, teaching the software. Just to teach Photoshop and Quark Express and Flash and whatever. So I slowly departed of the visual arts, and then started doing freelance design work, like graphic design, just publishing, whatever. Started my company and really focused on web design, which evolved into marketing, blah, 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 blah. Long story short, 20 years later, I'm in digital marketing and advertising. So really, for about probably 10 years, I didn't pick up a pencil. Instead of just like doodling on conference calls or whatever, just random stuff. So a few years ago, well, more than a few years ago, now probably like 5 years ago, I started drawing again in an effort to unplug, because spending way too much time on the computer. So yeah, I hope that answers the question. Yes and no. So I have a fine arts training background that I didn't really leverage professionally. But I think I'm at a higher level in the quality of the work that I produce now versus when I got out of school. I basically stopped drawing and painting on a regular basis. And that's heavily due to working on sketch cards. Because the way I got into that is I was just posting stuff on Instagram, and then a guy from Upper Deck reached out one day and said, "Hey, do you want to do sketch cards?" And I said, "Sure, I would love to do sketch cards." And what sketch cards did for me is force me to draw and paint every day for extended periods of time because I had to meet the deadlines. And the very first set I did, the Marvel Premiere 17, I was gonna try and figure out how to do it. What is this sketch? Jeez, that scared me. Sorry. Yeah, so it forced me to, I forgot my train of thought. What was I saying? Yeah, figuring out how to, like, kind of what collectors want, what people are looking for, what's the quality expectation, is there, not that I was looking to make a living off sketch cards, but like, is there potential to make a significant or a real some sort of revenue off of the sketch cards, and really, like, nobody's making a living off sketch cards, right? So what I decided is that instead of trying to bang out a bunch of sketch cards fast, I'll just use the sketch cards as the subject matter for practice. I really liked what Adi Granov, is that his name? Adi Granov was doing at the time. Always loved Jusko's work. Alex Ross, it's kind of the guys that I was aware of at that time. In the painted cards, well, in the painted comic book art, not necessarily cards. So I said, you know what? I want to do paintings, but I don't want to do fruits and vegetables and trees on a hilly side, like whatever, hills on a sunset. So I'm just gonna paint the superheroes. So I can't remember which set it was that well, definitely Masterpieces is all paint. Kind of try different techniques, inks and watercolors and whatever. So And so I'm going to do everything in acrylic and really learn how to use the medium. It's a medium that I haven't used since grade 10, grade 11. And really the training that I had in acrylic was a more traditional way with the heavy paint and more impressionistic approach. I forget my point, but that's the long story short. Hey, Brandon, what's going on, buddy? Aren't you supposed to be home lighting some candles or something? Candle time is later. It's only 2 o'clock. If I go home, I'm going to shovel snow. So I'm okay with this. So Kevin says, what's good now is people know who you are and your style. So the sketch cards great publicity for you, I think, including you. There are 8 to 10 sketch card artists I've seen who could pull off an entire set. Oh, thanks, man. Brandon says, I hear Canadian girls think watching a guy shovel snow is sexy. So win-win. Yeah, I guess. So Kevin, my kind of goal now is to build a portfolio. Right, so sketch cards are fun and whatever, and they're great practice, but it's not commercial quality, or primarily because of the size, right? So I'm kind of trying to do more larger pieces, even 5x7. What this is might be a touch on the small side, but it's a good size to really get in detail and layer in a lot of technique. And so, you really spend the time, hence this 12-hour Captain America piece, to put out kind of what I think is the best I can do, and be able to build a portfolio. So maybe get into some commercial contracts, and add that to sorry, apparently I can't do 2 things at once. Yeah, I get to do like some commercial, like proper commercial work, and then that way be able to dedicate more time to the art. I'm doing a cover or promotional art pays a little better than, or I think would pay a little bit better than doing a sketch card set. So yeah, we'll see. Don't get too famous and stop doing sketch cards. I don't think I'll ever stop doing sketch cards. They're fun. I really enjoy doing them. Maybe throttle down a bit depending on workload, but sketch cards are a blast. And if you see, I mean, Palumbo does sketch cards, Yankee still doing sketch cards. I think really what's going to come with time is become faster, just work faster. And work faster while still producing the same quality, right? I mean, if I could do what I do in 2 hours now in 1 hour, that'd be great. But that just comes with practice. It'd be nice to work on a DC set, though. Anyone from Cryptozoic ever gets back to me. I think I have what it takes to do Batman. Wouldn't mind doing some Star Wars either, but I'm not a big fanboy, so I'm not really rushing for it, I guess. I think really the end goal, which would be awesome, if I can get on Magic, do some base art. Well, I guess ultimately do some base art for any publisher, but doing stuff on Wizards of the Coast, like some Dungeons and Dragons or anything like that. I used to draw Batman a lot. I don't know why. He's like at one point, just like Batman was kind of like my go-to whenever I want to. I'm just gonna sketch something. Oh, let's draw Batman. He's a good character. I mean, he's got a hell of a backstory. Aesthetically, though, he's not the most exciting character, though. Neither is Superman, really. Some of the DC villains are fun, though, or anti-heroes like Lobo. I think I'm supposed to do a Lobo commission for someone now that I think about it. I can't remember who that was. Yeah, the bulk of the DC characters are way overpowered. Trying to think if there was really any DC comics I used to read when I collected, but I don't think there were, outside of Kingdom Come, which is a masterpiece, both from art point of view, but also from the storytelling. Better than Marvel's, where the art I think is better, just because the characters were more power driven. Like the way Ross did the Human Torch is just phenomenal. But the storytelling in Kingdom Come, I think, was just a really good story. That's something that somebody at Warner Brothers ever said, hey, let's make something really, really cool that you don't really need to have a lot of history behind. And everybody knows who Batman is, Wonder Woman, Green Lantern, whatever. You don't really need to go into too much of a story there explaining who they are. Just go right into, hey, this is what happened, this is where we are, and this is the story. Actually, on second thought, maybe not. They'll just ruin it. Blackest Night, I can't remember that one. Because I can't really remember the DC stuff. Assuming that was a Batman arc. I do remember reading Batman when Bane came in and broke his back and everything. I was like, oh my god, this is crazy. But then he healed and came back. So it's like the death of Superman, which was awesome. Remember that cyborg Superman can look like a Terminator. I really liked that as a kid. Drew him a lot when I was 12. I don't know what the storylines are like now, but is it the Bat Who Laughs? It was kind of Batman Joker cross. The art on that is really, really good. The whole aesthetic there is great. Let me stand this up and see. All right, let the shield settle for a minute and just take a look if there's anything else I need to pop. Do need to clean some edges here. And by here I mean in the roof line around the shield, because got a little carried away with the highlight. Some of the DC animated stuff's really fun. Justice League War was really well done. Cartoon. and the way they did the flashpoint paradox in that movie, that was really good. I was saying they need to get the guys that work on the animated DC stuff to pitch in on their movies. They'll make them a lot better. And even this Snyder cut of the Justice League that's coming out soon. I think the damage is done. You can't fix that. That's a lot of ding-dings. Hey, Jamie. What's going on, buddy? Thanks for tuning in. Hope you're feeling better. Hope everyone's okay. Cool. Thanks, Kevin. Well, thanks for tuning in. Enjoy the rest of your weekend. And yeah, I'll be on all day tomorrow. So if you're around, pop in. He's almost done here, anyways. Just doing some edge refinement. Oh, great, man. Well, thanks for taking the time, Jamie. Really appreciate it. And I hope you get better soon. I heard that the vid is not fun. A fun experience. I keep on dipping my fingers in paint, so I really hope I'm not transferring anything to the painting. What time is it? 2:30. Okay, I'm still good. Okay, what's going on here? Yeah, the Baymax sound, that's my WhatsApp messaging notice. Uh, so yeah, Brandon, that la 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 la, that's every time I get a message from the girlfriend. Jamie is asking if this is going to be my 24-hour stream. This is not it. Tomorrow I'm going to stream and try to do a full day, which won't be 24 hours. It's going to be 7 to 8 hours, depending on how it goes. This, I think, is going to end up being, 6 parts, about 2 hours each, 12, 13 hours. But it's not one continuous stream. I actually think if I did this as one in one sitting would have been faster. But that's okay. Tomorrow is the long stream. We'll see how that goes. I'm a little nervous, to be honest. I got what to work on, and it's going to take a while. It's just, if I nerf that, I'm going to be really pissed off. I'll show you I'll show you now. So tomorrow's stream, I'll be working on this Craven 5x7. Oh, jeez. If I've been drinking out of the toilet, I could have been killed. Let me take it out of the plastic. So there's the pencils for tomorrow's painting. Pencil's not quite done, just blocked in. So in the morning, I'll be working on blocking in the shadows in pencil. Probably in pencil. Maybe I'll do it as a wash. I haven't decided, and then start coloring. We'll see who hops on during the stream. Some artists and content creators might hop in for a little bit, work on their own things, pimp their projects, Kickstarters, whatever. So it's not going to be all about me. No, I didn't submit anything to Magic yet because I don't really have any fantasy-driven stuff. And I was reading their guidelines, and they talk about the different properties that they publish and kind of what kind of style and content they're looking for. So, well, I'm sure submitting some superhero stuff will be okay to show technique and quality. Should definitely have some fantasy stuff to show content matter, right? So I'll work on that over the next little while, and just build a fantasy or some fantasy elements in my portfolio. I think if I put together like 8 to 10 pieces with a mix of superhero and a mix of fantasy and some pin-up-y stuff, it should be a fair representation of what I can do, and hopefully go somewhere with it, or at least get some constructive criticism. But once I do, I'll make sure to let you know as soon as I hear back. Okay, I think the shield is dry enough for me to pop some color back into it. This area right here is looking a little flat. Oh yeah, Alan Janetta, I'm pretty sure I know who you're talking about. Yeah, that guy's sick. That's some great work. There's so many talented people out there. Brandon, I'm I'm taking that since I haven't heard about it, your piece didn't get delivered yet. Postal service taking forever lately. Seems like it's worse than when over the holidays. Ah, okay, you're already gone. Yeah, so you should be there by the time you get back home. I think last time I checked, tracking said like tomorrow, but sometimes it goes a little earlier. Yeah, definitely let me know when you get it. Always nervous doing the blind commissions. um, I mean, you have a good idea of what it's going to be, but that's right. You be a fangirl. Just don't throw your underwear at me, please. That's just weird. So all I'm doing right now really is kind of adding a little bit more saturation to some of the colors. Um, just looking at the piece with a little bit of a more critical eye. And because the background is so saturated, I just want to make sure I bring some of that back into the foreground, because some places like the reds, like I was doing here in the shield, is getting a little flat, like a little dull. Just want to bring a little bit more saturation to them. Debating, maybe I'll throw a little bit of yellow in it. The problem with the yellow is that it could dull out the color as well. So let's see. That might work. Just gotta blend it. If not, I'll just go over it with red again. I don't really want to add any yellow over the blue because it's going to give it a green tint. So I'm really just touching up the areas that are white or red, because the red's going to turn orange. Add some more spatter. Sorry, I keep on going off frame with this. All right, let's get some white back in. Actually, with a different brush. See where else there's a highlight that I need to maybe pop or refine the edge. Definitely want a highlight in his eye. Pure white. Oh, 100% more of a Marvel fan than DC. I was saying that earlier, I think before you hopped on. Really, none of the DC characters really interest me. They're just too perfect. You know, like Superman, and I know they try to make him struggle and whatever, but he's Superman, right? Or like Wonder Woman. I think Kevin was saying before, mostly gods. And that's fun and all, but I don't know. They always seem to struggle with unrealistic or far-fetched issues. Not far-fetched, that's the wrong word, but like really extreme issues. Which is why the X-Men was fun. Really enjoyed the X-Men. Like they dealt with, yeah, I mean, they dealt with apocalypse and all these crazy things, but like Spider-Man, he's just stopping bank robberies for the most part. I like Lobo. Lobo's great, but he doesn't really fit in the whole DC world. He's kind of an offshoot. Like assuming we're talking about the superhero world, because when you get into the dark stuff like the Vertigo things, that's some really cool stuff there. Like Preacher was phenomenal. Constantine, before he went into the Justice League, of course. I'm such a purist. And the idea of Green Lantern's kind of cool, but exactly, Jamie. Like outside of Batman, you can't really relate to all the characters. And Brandon said DC characters are either too bland or way too idealistic. Fun to draw, cool costumes and whatever. But I was saying earlier, the only real story I really liked in the DC world was Kingdom Come, which has got to be one of my favorite comic book arcs, whatever you want to call it, ever, both from a writing and an art point of view. I think Marvel's had better art, but once you combine the story and the art, Kingdom Come is just on a different level. I know that it's the same artist. It's just the characters in Marvel's were better. And I think Captain America might be done. So all the, let me see, that not crazy. The shield is looking a little flat, so maybe he's not quite done. Let me see if I can add a little bit more contrast without ruining anything. Yep, this will do it. Yeah, that's gonna do it. All right. And again, I'm off frame. It's these final touches at the end that are the most nerve-wracking. After spent whatever amount of hours building out layers and shapes, going in with these key highlights or shadows that if you mess it up, you got to redo a whole part. So let's hope I don't mess anything up. Thanks, Jamie. I'm very happy with my Captain America here. I think the His adoptive parents are going to be happy as well. Let's see. Oh, I know what's missing. I did highlights on these two rims and there, but I didn't do one on the inner rim, so it doesn't flow. There we go. It must all come together. All right, so I'm going to call it. No, I'm not. Damn it. Okay, I was really hoping to get them done today. I just saw a problem. I only have like 10 minutes before I got to pack it up. There's no edge to the boot here, so there's no separation between the boot and the background or foreground or whatever. So I need to fix that quickly. There, much better. Okay, so I think he is done. This only took, I think, 13 hours. So next up, he's just gotta, I will let this paint settle for a full 24 hours, if not 48. Make sure as the paint dries, it tends to darks sometimes get lighter, lights get darker. Make sure that I maintain the edge contrast that I like. And if anything needs to be touched up, I'll just touch it up off stream, because that'll just be like quick touch-ups with black or white. And then he's going to get signed somewhere here. I think I'm going to sign him in gold, and then glazed and made super shiny. So that's it for now. Thank you so much for tuning in. Thanks for watching me push paint around for the last couple of weeks on Captain America and everything else. I will be streaming all day tomorrow, starting around 10 a.m. EST, if not earlier, working on Craven the Hunter 5x7 painting. If you can tune in, I'll be around all day. Check, pop in, say hello, make fun of me or whatever. And that's it. Everyone, hope you have a great long weekend. If you have a long weekend, enjoy Valentine's. And we'll see you next time. Bye.